Hyper-awareness, anticipation anxiety, self-doubt and shame, as well as hope and disappointment, forms a type of mindset in eczema people that is called EDP, that is eczema distress patterns. Now, I genuinely believe that a lot of things in life starts in your mind. Remember that your mind decides or determines your life, and your mindset shapes your entire life. I don't need to be in your mind to tell you the type of dominating thoughts that you have. I just have to take a good look at your life. It won't be accurate, but I can be able to have an idea of the type of thoughts that you have. So this battle, the winning, is more psychological than physical. Even before we put you on this trial and error medication, you need to have won psychologically. I have experience in the cosmetics manufacturing industry as a testing laboratory technician, but besides that, for 8 months straight, I fought a severe eczema, also known as atopic dermatitis, and therefore I can relate to all of this. And I really find it inspirational because a lot of people are struggling with eczema and they reach out to me in DMs. Yesterday, I posted a video about a strategy that I deployed in fighting my own eczema for 8 months straight, but I realized that something was missing there. Because I realized that if you don't realize the type of mindset that you have and the things that you would need to do to overcome this type of mindset, that strategy won't work. Remember that when I recorded my video on the 29th of December, I deliberately said on that video, no eczema is going to decide my life in 2026. Even though I was so low, even though I was in a hopeless state, and maybe at the time I did not even know and understand what I was saying, but simply because I'm a type of person who is always functioning with steady determination and being passionate in whatever I do and just positivity in general, it was so easy for me to fall into that type of mindset. So let's dissect one by one all of these components that form EDP, the eczema distress patterns. You have to know the one that is most familiar to you, the one that you can relate to the most, so that you know and understand that that is the part of your brain that you have to overcome, that is the part of your brain that you have to attack before we can even put you on different products and trial and error medication. Number one, hyper-awareness. Hyper-awareness in people dealing with eczema looks like that constant annoying voice at the back of your head that is on a constant lookout for the next itch, the next flare-up. You're constantly worried about people. When they're looking at you, you already feel judged. When they're looking at you, you're thinking in your mind, what are they looking at? And for you get agitated, you want to get angry, and you feel like you don't want to be in social settings, you don't want to be with other people. You feel like it's better when you just cover up on just behind closed doors. You're so aware. Even when you change the environment, you're constantly looking around. But what if this plant is going to make it worse? But what if this food is going to make it worse? But this thing smells. What if that detergent or fabric is going to enhance my eczema? You're so aware about everything that you feel everything, and it gets difficult for your mind to function in that. If it's not that type of hyper-awareness, then it's going to be anticipation anxiety. Anticipation anxiety, look at it from a point of, it looks like a hovering what-if cloud. You're constantly asking yourself, what if this treatment doesn't work? What if this cream does not work? What if I go there and they laugh at me? What if I do? It's always what if. And that anxiety is always kicking in. You are always slowly losing that comfort in your skin, self-esteem obviously, and your confidence is slowly shattering. You end up being in that hopelessness state. But also, if it's not that, it's that self-doubt and shame. Because of all of these thoughts that are dominating your mind, you are so shameful as though you chose eczema yourself. You are so shameful as though there is something that you can point to that you say, oh, I've done this and therefore I've brought this upon myself. You are so judgmental to yourself. You fail to look at yourself from a point of positivity. You fail to look at yourself from a point of compassion. You look at yourself and you're judging. Is it something that I took, I drank? Is it something that I applied? Is it what is it that I did? So instantly you reduce it to yourself. You want to carry that burden, that pressure of feeling like you have something to do with your eczema. And no, it's not like that. You have to overcome that. But also, if it's not that, then it's hope and disappointment that is brought by obviously the state of being in a trial and error. You are trying everything, whether it's food, whether it's detergents, whether it's creams, ointments, creams, anything that is going to be in your house. You have hope. When they introduce you to something, you're like, oh, that's gonna work. But the next minute you're also like, ish, what if it actually does not work? Ish, I've tried it for a week now, I've tried it for a month, the disappointment kicks in. What if it's not gonna work? We need to be in a position to eradicate all of those type of thoughts so that you can heal and actually get to a point where your mind is resting. Get to a point where your mind is not spiraling, where you don't feel like you're going to explode. That way, we can be sure that we are going to manage your eczema. Because remember that you're dealing with two types of symptoms, the visible symptoms and the invisible symptoms. The visible symptoms are the flakiness, the dryness, the inflammation. And the invisible ones are the itchiness, the pain, the exhaustion. The invisible symptoms, I feel, those are the most detrimental ones, that because you can't see, even doctors can't be able to help you. Now, it gets worse when you're not even aware that you have all of these symptoms mentally, psychologically, and you're not dealing with them. Sometimes it's not that you're not dealing with them, it's just that you are not aware, you are not well equipped with this information. You feel like it's normal to be feeling like that because it's eczema. But yes, it might be normal, but now if it turns into a lifestyle and turns to a point where it disturbs your mind from functioning well, it gets to be a problem. It needs to be treated. So on part 2, I'm going to tell you the things that I did to overcome these little things that formed this type of mindset that I found myself in. Stay tuned for part 2.